Showtime. Oh, okay. Let me put my light on. Woo, girl, let me tell you. So I started listening to The Lion King and then got really teary-eyed. So if you notice that my eyes are a little watery. Oh, that's why. So, hey, everyone. Hey. So if you guys are watching this on #replay gang, first of all, thank you so much. Check the description box. I know I put it in there a little late yesterday, like 12 hours late, but we always try to start at 6 or 6:30. So if I don't put it in there, just go jump to that. See where we're at. Hello. I'm gonna let more people get into the room. 13 people. I hope we have 13 likes. Hello. JW wants to say hello to other people. Lila Berry wants to say hey. Giselle wants to say what's uppers. Dedria. Deidria. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Yeah, girl, I'm back. I just moved my couch. Well, I didn't move my couch. I moved this table in another place because the cushions on my couch, and I paid enough money for this damn couch for the cushions to not be getting flattened because you sit in one spot. So that's what was happening on that side. It was just getting like super flat. And I was like, oh no. You know, when you go to people's houses and like you sit on their couches and there's like a bucket because I could tell where everybody sits. I was like, I paid too much for that. Sass. You guys, we have a YouTube celebrity in the room. If you don't know this face or you don't know this name, you should. Sass, she's been over here on these YT 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup streets handling business, and she's here. So give her a look-see, check her out. She's vibrant. She's got energy. She has opinions and she doesn't hold back. She gives side-eye better than anybody gives side-eye on this internet. So check out Sass Scales, you guys. All right. Tracy Young, hi. Jasmine, how are you doing? How are you? How are the babies? Hello, 64 Dark Horse. Soothing Zen sounds. I mean, listen, soothing Zen sounds. I go to bed to that. Either I listen to sound bowls. Is that what it is? Sound bath. Or I have because I was in Costa Rica, I've been listening to the jungle going to sleep. Super relaxing. Listening to the jungle as you night swim. Super duper relaxing. I swim a lot. It was also very hot, so I needed to swim. I forget about the humidity. You forget about humidity when you haven't been in it in 2 years. No, more than that. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's been 4 years since I've been to Central America. That is wild. And I forget about that humidity. I forget about it. You know what? I went to 2 countries in 2019. Yeah, I went to London in February, and then I went to Belize and Guatemala in November, or was it in October? I don't know, sometime. Girl, I finally got a stamp in my passaporte. Callie, I was summoned, elbow cough. Hello, Callie Cohen. I don't remember seeing your name before, but hello, how are you? Okay. So I was in Costa Rica the last time I talked to you guys, which is 2 days ago or whatever. Yeah. Yesterday I traveled for 17 hours. If you at all were wondering about what my yesterday was, I completely lost it to sitting in airports. First of all, they booked me to leave the hotel at 9:30. My flight from San Jose, which is the capital, so I wasn't staying in the capital, so I had to take a little 7 or 12 seater from the peninsula to San Jose. That plane ride is 40 minutes, and then they dropped me off in San Jose International Airport, girl, at 10:15. So was I not sitting in that airport for 5 hours from 10 to 3 until I got my flight to DFW in Tejas. So then I landed in Tejas, and okay, listen, I have been to that airport before, and every single time I forget what a shit show it is. Every single time. I'm going to lose my monetization because I cussed in the first like 5 minutes. Jesus. So anyway, so it's one of these places where you get dropped off in like terminal or gate D or like terminal D or whatever, girl. And if you need to be in Terminal A, and guess where Terminal A is? On the complete other side of the world. I mean, you have to get on a tram, like a sky rail to get there. And it's not just like it gets you there, zoop, doopity boop boops. It can be like a 15-minute or 20-minute situation, depending on like where it starts off and where it drops you off at. Then you got the amount of people that I have seen running through DFW because whenever these airlines set you up, and it could be the same exact airline, like American Airlines could be setting you up with another American Airlines, and the way DFW is shaped, ain't no way that you're gonna get to that freaking thing. All right, 56 people in the room. We'll get started at 6:30. We're at 6:09 right now. Anyways, so that's my experience with DFW. I had 2 hours in between that flight. So I landed at 7, getting through customs. They made me go through customs, the longest line. Then they made me go back in through security. And I'm TSA pre-check girl. And I was bougie about it. I was like, I'm not taking off my shoes. Just kidding. Hey, everyone. I took off my shoes. Hey, everyone. I always get confused when I do docu-sweeties in the same time frame as I do this one. Hey, everyone, it's Wah. Melanie. Hey guys, it's Wah. I think it's hey guys, it's Wah. We'll get started at 7 minutes. I had to get myself together. Let me get hey guys, it's Wah. Melanated. No, that's not how it goes. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé. Oh no, Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 43, Family Ties. My name is Wah, and if you're new to my channel, I do recaps of relationship reality TV show. I also have a podcast called Docu-Sweeties, so sometimes I get confused about what my intro is. If you are at all interested in that kind of content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I do Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup, whatever and Puppy and Amber are doing. I'm interested in 90 Day Fiancé and all of the 90 Day Fiancés, Happily Ever After, Toe, Before the 90, and whatever new 90, Love in Paradise. I'm into it. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I give you new content every single week. You can do this. You can do my podcast, whatever you want to do. I'm here for you. I'm here to give it to you. Okay. I'm here for the absolute nonsense and trash. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video on any social media platform that you deem fit, as long as you tag me in it. If you are at all interested in giving your girl a tip because you got the hee ha-has, guess what? I have a way of helping you out with that. And let's jump right into this episode. Dare I start where I think we should start? No. Know what? We're gonna tease it out a bit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what Andre refers to as edging. All right, first couple that we are gonna start with is Chance and Taylor. Let me get my notes together. Let me show you a picture of them. Do I even have them? No. Yes, I do. Where are they at? Where's Brittany and Marcelino? They teased us and let us feel like we were gonna get them, and we didn't. Chance and Taylor. Okay, so we begin this episode with a lie. Really, that's what we begin it with. So Taylor is in the bathroom or in the kitchen trying to cook up, I guess, some din, and I can't imagine what dinner. What type of dinner do we think that Taylor is whipping up for them kids? I feel like it is canned green beans, but Jacqueline doesn't like green beans. I feel like she's also like doing some kind of mashed potato situation. Jacqueline likes mashed potatoes, but Athena doesn't like mashed potatoes. And then she's also doing some kind of smothered chicken. We find out in this episode that they're in Missouri. Now, I don't know what people cook in Missouri, but, I just would like for it to be something cheap and smothered. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's some corn. It's not canned corn. She does the frozen corn. Maybe she makes some kind of hot plate. Maybe she mixes it all together and makes some kind of like canned green beans, frozen corn, like a smothered. She probably makes like a shepherd's pie. I'm so hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm just greedy. She probably made it like, like a shepherd's pie situation with. I'm just excited. So whatever she's making for the family, she gonna call trifling ass Chance. And guess what? He didn't answer the phone, and then shows up to the house seemingly 10 minutes later, and is like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's like, "I just called you just right now." Wait, does Taylor sounds like a baby a little bit? Taylor sounds like a 9-year-old. Like, she's like, "I just called you." I can't do her accent. Anyways, so she just called him, and he's like, "Well, my GPS like puts my phone on silent when I'm driving." I feel like that is an old thing to say. I feel like it did maybe once upon a time, but I don't think it does so as well. A casserole she got off Facebook. Yes, Sass. Yes. A casserole she got off. Sass, do you want to join? Let me know if you want to join. I will email you. What is your email? I don't know. Tell me your email and I will email you and you can join. Anyways, so she's like, that's not what happened. But so she doesn't push the issue because I think that low key she's setting herself up to not be with him. And she says so in this episode. She's like, he sits down, he's like, guess what? So Ethan's coming up, and she's like, oh, that's great. And he's like, yeah, I told him, it's just like a whim thing, and I'm gonna pay for it. And she's like, see, that's what I'm talking about, that you keep making decisions without you. He was like, I was on the phone, it was in the heat of the moment, and I wasn't gonna say like, wait a minute, let me ask my girlfriend. And he throws out the word girlfriend, and so we're like, what you say? And he's like, yeah, I was gonna call my girlfriend and ask, because he's like, I'm not used to having to ask people to do whatever I want to do. And I'm like, well, no problem, thanks, Sass. So I'm like, Chance, you are used to people telling you what to do. You've literally been in and out of jail. What do you mean? That is not, if not, jail is for people who can't handle society, especially if you're in and out of it. And so you've put yourself in a situation where people are now running your life. So what? And then he's like, yeah, it's like I should be able to just do whatever I want to do, and I'm not going to marry somebody who's going to make me want to check in with them all the time. And she's like, well, I'm not going to marry somebody who isn't going to talk to me about their finances. And I said, touche, bitch, touche. So she brings up a very good point. She talks about Ethan's feelings, and he's like, he completely misses it. She says, well, how is he going to feel? And he's like, well, I forget what Chance thought Ethan or thought Taylor was talking about. I don't remember what he said. But then she's like, no, I mean that you're here taking care of a whole new family, and, you didn't take care of him. And now we have a baby on the way. What does he think about that? And Chance is like, oh, no, I didn't say anything about the baby. I just figured I would say it in person. That's a lie. You forgot to say about the baby. Not that you had a plan. Like, I don't see these people who tell these weird lies. I'm always kind of like sus of them. There's no reason for you to lie and say like you had a plan. It's like he wants her to know that he's always thinking. But the truth is that he's not always thinking. And so she's like, yeah, he might feel some kind of way that you never took care of him when he was little. And now you come out of prison and the first thing you do is like get an instant family. And he's like, oh, well, I think everything will be okay with that or whatever. And so she doesn't really go into it on that. She just kind of side eyes him, which is like what she normally does when she's annoyed with him. Then the next scene we have is him cleaning and them cleaning up the house because Ethan's coming. And I can only imagine the sticky fingers and the nonsense that a house looks like. There is no way that Taylor is able to keep up with cleaning up after, I think she has 3 little girls. No, there's no way. That house, when he was like putting scrubbing bubbles or something, spraying some kind of, it looked like it was Gain. And I was like, Gain is not to clean walls. Gain is for clothes. And I don't even know what that is. But anyways, he was using that to clean off the dirty cabinets. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot of sticky fingers. So a lot of things all over the wall. So cleaning up the space for Ethan to come over. Girls are really excited. And then the littlest one sees that a car has pulled up. Ethan gets out of the car, and Ethan looks like nothing I would have expected him to look like. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect a short, luscious, locked, looks like he's wearing eyeliner, like clear-eyed individual. I don't know what I was expecting. His hair, beautiful. I mean, it is like Goldilocks. I mean, he is like Rapunzel. I said that hair, Taylor probably looked at that hair and was like, oh, I wish I could have hair like that. That hair was luscious, flowing locks. Was it not? So he gets into the house, and Taylor is weird with him in a way that I didn't expect her to be. But I feel like she's also trying to hide her baby bump, right? The girls are like awkward and they don't know what to say or what to do. They're just kind of jumping around. And let me tell you that Ethan 100% clocks that them kids are a lot. They just be jumping to and fro and running around and doing all kinds of stuff, right? And so, so then Ethan is, and a Chance is like, you look like True Blood. And I was like, what a weird thing to say. Also, what an old ass reference. Like, I feel like, wasn't True Blood from like 2007? Like, did I watch True Blood when I was in New York? I don't think so. I mean, as somebody who loves the books, I've read them twice each, all of them. I mean, he was very handsome and very nerdy as well. So they get to the house and Chance awkwardly reveals that they're having a baby. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to tell you in person, again with the lie. He just forgot to say it. And they then go and have a dinner that they cannot afford. Okay. This man said, put 30 on this card, put 50 on this card, and put the rest on this card. And he's like asking for trouble is what he's asking for. Y'all, if anybody surprises me out of the blue and asks me for money when there was hide nor hair conversation about how we were going to pay for such a thing, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. I thought you had the money, which is why you suggested we do this. So they go to dinner at some Italian restaurant. And Chance is just wanting to show off. But really, you guys, he just really wants to do something nice for his son. He's paid for him to come there. It makes him feel like a big man. And now he's paying for a dinner. And a dinner for, what, 5 kids? No, 4 kids. I keep thinking there's a fourth Taylor child. And he's like... Wait, is the dinner after? No. I skipped over the in-between part. That was kind of cute. So Ethan clocks that Chance doesn't make good decisions. He's like, I really hope that my dad starts to make good decisions. It still seems like he has like a streak of him of not making those decisions. I mean, for taking up with a woman and all of a sudden having a baby, like it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. And he's like, I never thought I would be here with this man right now. All of my life, I thought somebody else was my father until my mother told me at 13, here's your dad, and showed me a mugshot of him. And I feel bad for Chance because he is somebody who thinks that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And we can tell that that's what he thinks. Like he's trying to have all these side businesses. He's trying to build up his credit. He is doing what he thinks is correct. The part of it that is not correct is him not listening to Taylor, who is somebody who has actually survived in this world with 3 children on what money one will never know. But the fact that he won't listen to her is just so upsetting, right? Because it's like, she is correct. She knows what to do. And it's just weird watching Taylor watch this man make poor choices knowing that at any moment she could kick him out because she can always pay her own rent. She will always keep her lights on. It's just like, why do you need him as a companion? Because he makes you laugh? He doesn't even finish any projects around the house. Anywho, so he gets into the van with his dad, the truck. They go and have some lunch. And they have a real heart-to-heart moment where Ethan says, you know, I know people can change, and I'm hoping that for you. He kind of talks about how he, you know, what his life is like now, and the fact that he was raised with this man named Lloyd, and that he, you know, is glad that Lloyd didn't end up being his father. But it was just like, it's crazy for him that he just never had a dad. All these people had dads. You know what I want? I want for every motherless or fatherless person to see representation of themselves in media, in the world, in whatever, because we have to stop, I think, as a society, of making it seem like having two parents is the only valid existence. It always hurts my feelings when people who didn't have both of those things feel bad about not having them. And I know I'm coming from a place of like not understanding that, but I just think it does a disservice. I think it does the same disservice. Like, you know, I've said this over and over again. It's the same kind of disservice that I feel like we do to women. When women aren't good mothers, when women don't take care of their kids from our perspective, we judge them so harshly. And let me give you an example. Larissa from 90 Day Fiance, Larissa Colty Larissa. There's always this like negative thread running through her Instagram where people are like, where are your kids? Go take care of your kids. The truth is, if she were a man, no one would say that to her. And it bothers me of the, you know, it needs to be same both ways. Either we're going to judge both men and women equally on that, or we're not going to judge them on it. And I think it's the same thing with like children, where it's like, why does society make these people feel bad for their circumstances? No one should feel bad for their circumstances, especially if like they had a loving mother or they had a loving parent to take care of them. It just makes me sad that that's what's going on. So anyways, that's kind of what I think about. And it makes me brokenhearted for the little boy who didn't want Lloyd to be his father because Lloyd might have been an asshole to him. I'm not sure, but it seems like it. And it just sucks. It sucks for little Ethan. And, you know, Chance has no idea. He is proud, though, that Ethan didn't turn out to be like him. And I'm pretty sure that Chance was probably a really cool guy who was super cute. And I don't think people strike out to be drug addicts. And he kind of talks a little bit about his life. And he says that he wished that he hadn't gotten hurt. And he wished that he said no to the pain pills. And I'm like, and probably at the time that he got hurt, he probably didn't know to say no to the pain pills. And so it's just like terrible. I mean, but like, I wish that it didn't. I wish that we weren't in a society that pushed things like that to, you know, it just, I wish that we weren't, because the truth is that people who come from two-parent households sometimes have both shitty parents. Like, look at Brittany. Brittany came from a two-parent household, and they were both drug addicts and like drunks. Brittany and Marcelino. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I just like not the grass is always greener, but I'm like, there are some people who grew up in really loving single-parent households, or single-parent households that are loving and great. And it hurts me that there's a part of them that feels like they're lacking, because I don't necessarily think that every married household is the best. So that's why I say that. It's like people who give praises for fathers for taking their kids to the playground. The thing used to get on my nerves. Yeah, it's like, these are your kids. You're not babysitting your own child. Like, what are you talking about? Anyways, so I'm getting off topic. Back to Ethan, back to Chance. So now we go to this extravagant meal that looks delicious that no one can afford. I mean, there's pizza, there's pasta, there's parmesan, there's all of these things. There's like breaded chicken, there's like breaded steak. There's just so many different varieties. And I hope that this family was eating off of this for the next 2 days. That's what I would. Yeah, like it is so embarrassing, as someone said in here, I can't remember, that he could not pay for this meal, and that he was like whispering over to Taylor, and Taylor was getting frustrated, so she's like, shut up. And then you would think that Chance would then just shut up, but no, he, like, I guess he's embarrassed, so he needs to show his son that that he's like the man. So he's like, it's really rude to tell people to shut up. And she's like, okay, whatever. But she's so mad that she doesn't know what else to say because he keeps pushing at her. You guys, I will never understand people who don't just live in the truth, like who pretend that things are happening and then they want someone to come with them on their pretense. Like, no, I'm not pretending with you. We don't have money. You don't have money for this. Go back there and wash those dishes. So so then he starts to tell a lie about how the new baby's name came about, and that new baby's name is Mason Carter. And then let me tell you, as soon as he said, yeah, because it's like our ancestors, my great 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 great, I said, you have family records going back to your great 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 great, and you knew that person's name was Mason? That is not even an old-timey name. An old-timey name is like Jebediah. Like there were the Freemasons. At first I thought he meant like, oh, they were part of the Freemasons. I'm like, oh, old-timey names are like James Malcolm Alexander. Like those, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But like it's like your great 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 grandfather's last name name is not Mason. And then he's like Carter, then Carter's the great great great. Wow. It's like he is a teenager who is just striving to be cool, be seen as cool. And it's just really sad. And I was just like, wow, you really think that your lies are the truth. And it's wild to me. That is wild with me. Sorry, I'm looking at the comment section. Chance is a pick-me boy. Whew, yes. What did he say? Keeping with the ancestors? Chance is just failing in all directions. It is quite crazy. Dress Your Age says, if you lie about the small things like that, yeah, I think that too. I just think and she's like, oh, he lies about the weirdest things. And I'm like, girl, that is a sign to run. I know somebody in my life who does that too. And it's like, you literally cannot believe anything that they say. You literally can't. It's like every time they tell you a story, you don't know if the story is real or not. Every single time. You're like, it's always at a family gathering and they're like, yeah, this one time. And you're just like, and so then it becomes an inside joke with you and your siblings because you're like, she over there lying. Oh, anyways, so I think that's the end. I think it's you calling me stupid. You guys remind me of that. Is that the last thing that happens with them? Let's see what you guys are saying. I just can't trust anyone like that. You're absolutely right. All right, let's move on to our next couple. Let's talk about Puppy and Andrew. Let's talk about Puppy and Amber real quick because they were really quick. Oh, look at Pups and Ams. Look at Pups and Ams. They actually, yeah, look at so cute. Anyways, so Amber is doing some kind of damage control tour. So last episode, we saw her wake up like really tired and hungover and having a conversation with TC where she apologizes and backpedals after she rightfully yelled at him for being a snitch. And and then we have this episode where she is like, looks like she's like, I need a strong cup of coffee. And whenever someone says they need a strong cup of coffee and they're going to a place that has a percolator, I'm like, you're not getting a strong cup of coffee, sis. Like, if you want a strong cup of coffee, you need to get you like a little Nescafe or Nespresso or whatever, and like, get you some double shots and like drink that. Oof, it's a lot. That's what I'm drinking. I'm not drinking a double shot, but I'm drinking coffee from my Nespresso. I invested in myself. I'm just kidding. I invested in myself when I got into this apartment. I got a lot of gadgets that I may or may not have needed, but sorely wanted. And so, there's 139 people in the room. Hello, everyone. Give us a thumbs up. Will you not on a Saturday? Thanks for joining. So anyway, so she sits there and she's talking to Queen. And every time I see that scar on Queen's face, I'm like, girl, who did it? Let me find them. Because she seems like such a kind soul. But maybe she was mean in a former life. Anyways, so she's telling Queen about the fight that she got in over Puppy, and Puppy called her a few times last night and she didn't answer because she was like making up with TC or whatever. And then they get on the phone and they start to talk to Puppy. At first, I think that Amber has put her on three-way and hasn't told her that Queen's there. But I think at some point Puppy knows Queen is there. So anyways, Puppy has tea, girl. She's got tea. So she went to bed last night at 5 a.m. and her trifling ass, druggy, idiot-looking fool named Eric did not come home last night. And so she wakes up this morning and she has a conversation with Heather, his ex, the one he spent so much money getting divorced from. And Heather tells her, yeah, he was with me last night. Now, I don't know if it was vindictive or she was just like, hey, girl, let me just woman to woman let you know that whilst he just spent all his money to divorce me to supposedly marry you, like he's in the streets and in these sheets. You know what I'm saying? And so Puppy's very upset. She wants to get out of the relationship with him, but she does not know how to. She says that she doesn't want to go back to prison, and that she acts like Eric is pretty possessive of her. And I'm not saying that he isn't. It just doesn't seem like he is on the show. I don't know, but he could just be like acting up. You know what I'm saying? Jojo Baby says, if I drank coffee this late, I'd be going to the club. Girl, this is not going to keep me up. Caffeine does not keep me awake. My anxiety and stress keeps me awake. So coffee, I will go right to sleep. People are like, oh my God, I can't drink caffeine after 2. I'm like, how do you know that? Really? These people are like trying to go to bed at 9 and can't because they recall they had coffee at 2 p.m. How do you know it's the coffee keeping you up? Haven't you already pooped it and peed it out by the end of the day? Anyways, that's my thought. Coffee doesn't do anything to me. I will drink coffee in bed. It doesn't do anything. Coffee does nothing to Caribbeans. Oh, maybe that's what it is. It doesn't do anything to me. So I'm happy for you, Jojo Baby, because it doesn't wake me up in the morning. It's just a part of the ritual. Anyways, so Puppy says that she has to leave, but she has no money and she has no car, so she has to figure that out. Now, while she's talking to Amber, at first she's outside on the veranda. Then she comes in the house, pero the door is open. And I'm like, are there not flies? Why is the thing that sticks out? Why is my brain the way it is? She comes in the house and leaves the door open, and all I can think about is she's letting the flies in the house. I can't even tell you how grateful I am that I live in an apartment and that the chances of me having a fly in the house is like very slim. I mean, I do have a sliding glass door that I can go outside with, but yeah, I don't like, like maybe in the summer or maybe a fly might slip in, but I would die. I would die. So anyways, she's talking about how she's gonna get away from Eric, but first she has to procure some money and she has to like figure her shit out, or else, how is she gonna live life? But I'm like, girl, your mother doesn't have a car like in one of her backyard junky junks. Like there's a car back there she could get some bubble to come over and fix. Can she? I feel like Puppy is very resourceful. She can just go up there and like talk really softly and nicely to some man at the car garage and tell him that she wants to hang out with him, and then maybe he'll fix her car. I figure she has power of persuasion. So then Eric comes home. She's off the phone with Amber. And she doesn't bring it up to Eric that she knows where he's been, because she says all he's going to do is deny it. And she doesn't have the time to argue with him back and forth. And that's literally one of the smartest things that I think she's ever said. Yeah, who has time to argue with him back and forth? It's just not going to go anywhere. So just might as well plot your escape. So she gets ready to go to her mom's house. And I'm going to say, listen, I don't hate her style, but I'm happy that she has style. I mean, I don't love her style. I don't hate it either, but I'm happy that she has it. I mean, there was a run in her pantyhose that I was like, girl, how'd you get a run in your pantyhose so quick? Her and Eric, before they go to her mother's house, they stop off at the gas station and get a bunch of niblets, which he absolutely hates in his car. They bring some flowers, they bring some chocolate, and they also bring vodka. I mean, I guess this is her relationship with her mother. She just comes over with vodka. Now, listen, it could be a relationship with anybody's parent, but like Eric leaves like what feels like 30 minutes later. They didn't even have enough time for the alcohol to go through their body and come out. They didn't even drink enough water to do whatever. I mean, maybe he did because he had to go to the bathroom, and then he goes into the bathroom and then he comes out. He's like, we got to go, baby girl. And I'm like, well, then you go. Why don't you just go and come back and pick her up so she can hang out with her mother? It's just weird. Was it not weird? So she's there with her mother. He says everything is going well. The mother's like, how are you guys doing? How's your divorce? And he's like, oh, divorce is finalized. My ex-wife is still trying to get in my life. She's still trying to be all up in my business. And she's trying to get between us. But Pup and I, we are solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. That's what your love is. Hot, 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 hot. Solid. Solid as a rock. Yeah, that's a great song. So Puppy's like, the whole time, she's like, solid as a rock. Like, we're not. And I think that Eric tried to say that because he knows that Heather and Puppy talked. That they spoke. He knows Puppy knows where he's been, and he's just trying to let Puppy know that's his trifling ass ex stirring the pot. And what is his obsession with Puppy? Not that she isn't worthy of obsession, but I mean, like, why can't he just let her go? So, anywho, him and Puppy, they seemingly leave together, but her and her mother have like a cry fest where she like admits what Eric has been doing. And Mama says, yeah, I knew as soon as you walked up that something was up. And a mother always knows. And then presumably she leaves with Eric. Who knows? Who knows? So next couple that we are going to talk about is let's talk about Justine and Michael. We haven't talked about them, but nothing really happened in their episode. Where's their picture? Girl, I don't know. Anyways, nothing really happened. Let's just be honest. We found out why they were wearing the outfits they were wearing. We first see them, this is without the jacket, and they look like bank robbers. They both have necklaces on and all black and an all black hoodie. And it looks like they're packing up some shoes to be shipped off. Girl, I do not know. And then he says, we look like crossing guards when they go outside. And this is what everybody was thinking last episode. So it looks like they spliced up their last episode with this episode, because we see the outfits before they're sitting on that like gazebo bench crying about her past. And they go to see a doula. And he's like, a doula? I don't know about a doula. I don't want to pay for someone to come and do what I can do. And I'm like, have you ever been there the full time for any of your baby mamas? I mean, well, your last baby mama and your baby mama before that, you couldn't have been there at the same time. They were born the same year. They could have been there at the same time if they were born the same year. I guess in my mind, they were born the same day. Anyways, so he's over there like making fun of it. And I didn't believe this. I think that he would be into having a doula, but maybe he's not, because he wants to move somewhere and he just kind of wants to pick the family up and go. And Justine is not into that. She's like, I need to make sure that the spot is right for my kids, for them to go to school and everything like that. And so I wonder what he does for work. Is he's just rapping? Is that what's happening, girl? I don't know. Anyway, so they get to the doula's office and they start talking about the placenta, and he gets like all the heebie-jeebies and weirded out about wanting to eat the placenta. And I'm just like, it's fine. Let the woman do what she wants to do with her own body parts. And so, or a piece of a little bit of an organ that she makes in her own body. So basically he's like, hey, are you able to travel? Like, what if we leave? Will you follow us? And Justine's like, hey, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I don't know if we're going to be here the whole time. And she's like, well, we talked about Vegas. And he's like, well, I want to move somewhere else, like the Midwest or the South. And she's like, and then they start to argue in front of this doula, which is this weird thing. And I'm just like, why do they have to argue in front of this lady? Why do they have to argue in front of her? Why is this the time to like discuss the whole where are we going to move nonsense? He's like, Mike acts like we're just going to pop up and I just want Justine to wear some concealer. I've been trying not to say it this whole time. It's like she doesn't do her eyebrows, but she puts on the thickest black liner. I have concealer. I know you can tell because I didn't blend it very well. It's because I was crying. Remember, I was listening to The Lion King. And like, she just has like, it's just like slightly brown around her eyes, just like slightly darker. And then she's going to have like the wingiest and the unevenest of black liner. Girl, at least do your eyebrows. It's like, what is this liner doing for you? Or don't wear any makeup at all. Just put on a little mascara. She has the eyelashes for it. So anyways, this man wants to build like a compound somewhere where he can just like go into the city and then come and live in his like little sanctuary. And I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? After being in jail for 6 years or however long he was in prison, like I can see him wanting to come out and just have a big parcel of land. But I'm like, aren't you on parole for 20 years? Don't you have to stay in this area? And somebody put down here, what about his kids? Maybe he's planning on having them come with him. LOL, I can't make out Justine's eye makeup. The eyes just look really intense all the time. You can. Do I not have a picture of her? Here, let me see. Do I have a picture of her? Oh, I guess really not. Who is this? Them. Who is this? Them. Oh, I have 2 pictures of these idiots. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's it. Oh, they get home and apparently Santana has autism, which causes him to have outbursts. And so he kicks Mike in the stomach. Mike gets annoyed and goes to the bathroom instead, then comes out and tells Justine like, hey, I know you've been doing it all by yourself and I'm not going to, hit him or call him names or whatever. But, my kids would know if I was upset that they did something. And she's just like, well, I think she did talk to him in my mind. I was like, what else is there to say? She did say like, why'd you kick him? And like, you shouldn't behave like that. And, Santana's having a really hard time with Mike being there. I mean, the kicking though, at 13, he would have got his whole leg. I'm sorry. If a 13-year-old kicks me, that 13-year-old knows what they're doing. And they would have got their leg grabbed and pulled off the couch. And that would have been petty of me. But it would have happened. I can't be a stepmom. I can't be a stepmom and then be physically assaulted by anybody's children. I'm out. Oh, I gotta go. No. I don't need this because I'm gonna hurt your child and then you're gonna be mad at me and I don't want to go to jail. So I gotta go. Okay, thanks, Renee. Yeah, no, she definitely needs to take care of herself. Don't worry about it. I'll DM her, tell her to be safe. Megan, the kid is just showing Michael what he learned in his self-defense bullying karate class. No, I gotta go. Nope. No. Nope, gotta go. He said they would feel my wrath. Like, I mean, yeah, you'd be time out, don't talk to me. I think that's the worst thing. My dad used to be like, get out of my sight, don't talk to me. I used to be so hurt, so hurt. What do you mean, don't talk to you? Who else am I supposed to talk to? So then I wouldn't talk to anybody. Get out of my sight, is what he would say to me. Get out of my sight. So dramatic. I don't want to see you anymore, Wahima. Get out of my sight. And if he was really trying to lay it on thick, not really, my dad is not manipulative at all. But if he really felt some kind of way, you know what, Wahima, I'm really disappointed in you. Oh, dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Anywho, K Rocket says I'll fight a kid. I can't. If you got the strength or the wherewithal to do something physical to me, then I'm gonna do it back. Anyways, so I think that's it from them. You know, we have a scene where we see her uneven eyeliner while she's looking at him after he says they would feel my wrath. All right, next couple that we're going to talk about is Sarah and Sean, y'all. Okay, so picture this. You're in a bedroom. It's dark because the blinds are closed, as well as you have black curtains all over the room. Like you're really feeling your like vampire mood, okay? And then your bedding is like gray, red, black, like dull colors. The only pop of color is your red in your room and the red of your hair. You look to your left with a full face of makeup on, just like eyelashes, like glitter and like frosted colors. You look over and there's no baby in the playpen next to you. So you like rise up out of your bed and you're in a matching pajama set. Okay. It also has some red in it. It's gray and red. You scamper down the stairs and you look in the kitchen and you see your no good, lazy, only wants to play video games and go to work husband in the kitchen, patting down your gigantic, cute ass baby. Okay. And you're like, hi, good morning. And he says to you, good morning. Meanwhile, you're like, good morning, with my full face of makeup and my lashes. And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I just wanted to help you out because, you know, I understood what you said last night, and I've really been thinking, and I don't want you to think that I don't want to take care of you and, you know, help you out with the baby. I know you do a lot during the day. Like, it's not easy. And, you know, that I just want you to know that I'm hearing you. And she's like, well, thank you. Thank you so much for understanding. While she's like reaching out to the baby. She's like the first time she's ever get to like see the baby in somebody else's arm and not have to hold the baby herself. And he's like, sorry, I didn't get to the dishes. And she's like, yeah, because she wouldn't let you, huh? And he's like, no, it just didn't get to it yet. And we're like, okay, calm down, sir. The girl's trying to relate to you and understanding that baby don't let anybody do anything because she wants to be held. And then you guys go sit in the living room where you have what looks like theater style seats. Okay. You've got big arm, like lazy boys, like against the wall. And then there's like a set in front. I mean, that TV must be gigantic. Right. And so you're sitting next to him and you guys have a conversation where he like truly apologizes for his behavior. I mean, apologizes profusely and says that he's going to do better. And you say thank you. And it feels great. Then the next scene is you guys going to some kind of doctor's office. You're not sure what exactly you're there for. Now, you've gotten your hair redone. Like all of a sudden, your hair is no longer fire engine red. And it has like streaks right here. And you're looking at you're looking at yourself and you're like, I look different, don't I? And you're at a place to get plastic surgery because you want to get your boobies done. You're like, after having babies, it's done a number on my body. And my thought is like, no, the first baby, you were fine. That second baby did a number on your body because that big baby came out and now you have a little bit of hanging over, which is understandable, but you're not feeling sexy. And you've saved up money in your titty fund in order to get your boobies done, which awesome. So your husband is there with you. Am I still talking in Sarah's perspective? Yes. So, so then I'm seeing Sarah, and the whole time I'm like, girl, how did you get your hair redone so quickly? Like, how did you go from fire engine red to like this blonde streaked, but not fire engine red, but kind of red brown? Like, I don't know what was going on. So, I'm like watching her, and she goes in there. They start to put like things on her to see how big her boobie's gonna be. They convince her to go to a D, which I think they convince every woman to go to a D cup. They convince her to go to a D, and she's like, okay. She goes to it, and then she keeps getting, her phone keeps blowing up. And my thought is, listen, if somebody calls me once and I don't want to hear any phone calls from them, I go on ahead and put my phone on silent. I don't let them call me again. Now, unless she's like, okay, I don't want to put my phone on silent because my mom might call me because she's watching the baby. That's the only other excuse. After the third call, she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, like really, like obviously. So she scampers out of the office, the doctors, the patient's room, what is that space called? I don't know. So she scampers out of there, goes to the bathroom, and is talking very loudly on the phone in a bathroom that has the sound just ricocheting off of every wall. Hello? And he's like, I want to come see Abby. And she's like, are you ready for that? And then he's like, yeah, I think I am. And she's just like, all right, well, you better be, or whatever. I don't remember their conversation. So she goes and she calls him, and she's like, listen, the reason why he was blowing me up is because he's used to Sean being at work, but Sean's not at work right now. And so I just wanted to get it over with. So she's like, I wanted to make it less awkward than what it already was. And I was like, no, this is very awkward, girl. This is very awkward. And so then your husband drops you off at home, and you walk into your kitchen where your mother is holding your baby, and that baby has a full head of freaking hair. And so now everyone in the audience is, and then they was like, oh, also what's crazy is that they put like a little thing. They're like, baby, Adelaide, 6 months. And we're like, oh, we went from, it's been like 2 to 3 months. That's why she got all that hair. And that baby looks like your husband's other daughter. I said, that baby looks like that one girl who was at your wedding crying. I mean, spitting image. Who knew Sean's genes carried so strongly? And then you have that mother. I want for Sean to pay for Invisalign for her. Now, I know that dental work is a luxury. And every time I see her, I think, how did you raise an 8-year-old Abby? How? That woman looks like she has been through it and back. I want to see a picture of her when she was younger. And I want to know what happened. Because she seems like she dresses herself like what's funny? This is just a very random thought. Somebody was saying that the Golden Girls, like in the show, the Golden Girls, they were all in their 50s. But women in their 50s now don't look like that anymore. So like when there's so many women these days, like most women kind of like keep up with things. And so I guess I got to give her props for that. But she looked like she chew on corn husks. You know what I'm saying? Like she just looked like I don't know. This woman looks crazy. But anyways, her hair is fried. I mean, it is so blonde. It's like Sarah's hair is so red, and then her hair is just so fried and blonde. I wonder if she would do like what is it called? A VO5 hot oil treatment, like what that would do to her hair. Remember hot oil treatments? I want to give her a hot oil treatment for that hair. Anyways, that baby's big as hell, girl. That's a big baby. And listen, and she's like half the size of her mama. I mean, Sarah don't probably weigh nothing but 102, right? Sarah's probably 102 pounds on an easy day. I mean, I'll give her 110 sopping wet. That baby is at least 90 pounds. No, she's not. But that baby's like 30 pounds. That baby is big. She's so chubby and cute. She's so chubby and cute. But like, it's like so much. I know I spent a lot of time just talking about that one scene, but I can't tell you the times I have paused on Sarah's mother, and the time when Sarah is having like a direct conversation with her mother. I'm like, what are you seeing? Because I'm seeing like a crazy person, a person who will take her shoes off at her daughter's wedding, walking down a hallway talking about how she gonna mess up a little 18-year-old girl. Like, I guess that's what it is. After seeing the mama, no, that's not what it is. The mama's been doing things to me since season 1. Anyways, let's move off of this because I don't have anything good to say. But I will say that she said, man, Sarah's gonna get her some Hooters, man. Hooters? You just said Hooters. I mean, I said titties, so I'm no worse. But when she said that, I said, oh, where is her boyfriend, I wonder? Where's that long-haired gentleman who gave Sarah away? Did she give Sarah? Where's the long-haired gentleman who wanted to have a smoke or a drink with Sean's son? And Sean's son was like, no, thank you. No, thank you, sir. Oh my God, what did dress show I say? Sean has crooked teeth, but Sarah's mom teeth are throwing gang signs. Anyways, dental work is a privilege. Okay, we're ready to move on. She's getting some Hooters, man. We're ready to move on. Okay, so now we've gotten to the last couple. We've gotten to what we really came here to talk about. So for anybody that was late to the party, I don't know what to tell you. This picture is hilarious. Okay. So the way the editors set this up is we have a little like dual back and forth shot of family members getting ready, leaving the house and jumping in an SUV. And I don't know, that sister Sylvia, she cute. Love the hair, love the body confidence. I will say that Monique and her sisters, cute. I'm here for it. I will say that Derek's sister Elizabeth, we can talk MS, but that like maskini or mask that she's wearing and that pink fur, sis 8. Sis 8. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Sis 8. She looked crazy, but if Cardi B was in that, we would say sis 8. Think about it. Think about Cardi B in that. You can say, oh, is she not Cardi B? But that little outfit was cute. It was cute. Okay, DG. Sylvia was the one with the black bob with the gray outfit with like the Letterman's jacket. Calandra is the one with the red pants, and we all know Monique. It was cute. It was cute. I'm not gonna hate on her. It was cute. We'll call it what it is. It was cute. Oh, you guys are haters. All of this is haters. This is hateration. Hateration in the dancery. Hateration. Oh, look at Tiara Hater. Cute. Hateration in the dancery. It's hateration. This is hateration. Okay, anyways. It was hateration. Anyways, so yeah, I felt like it was like cute. And then so they're in the car and Aubriana and Elizabeth are just arguing back and forth with Derek. And Derek at some point pulls the car over and he's like, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go if you guys are gonna act like this. And they're like, get in the car, Derek. Get in the car. And like, why are you acting like that? And they're just they are ready for these TVs. Let me tell you about Aubriana got her ass little handed to her, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Now, who do you think started this argument? I personally think that Elizabeth and Aubriana started it by constantly fat shaming Monique and her sisters. And when Calandria walks over there, and initially, like when they picked Derek up and they kept flashing back to that, I felt Calandria being like, I want to check your temperature. There was nothing wrong with that. And Elizabeth and Aubriana immediately are like, she's the one who started it by coming over saying she wanted to check our temperature. No. She's coming over to check your temperature. And that's all it is. Like, they just want to know if you guys are upset or not, like what's going on. And they were like, that's who started it. That's who started it. And I'm like, no. It was definitely Elizabeth. It was definitely Aubriana. And when Elizabeth posted that, she started the argument. Okay, now we get to the park and they're trying to have like a regular conversation, and they then start to argue back and forth. And I just want to say this. If I'm going to give props to anybody, I'm going to give props to Monique and her sisters for not being transphobic, because it is very easy for people to be transphobic to Elizabeth. And I think that that is wrong, dead wrong, 100%. Now, Elizabeth being fat phobic and Aubriana is completely wrong too. Also because Elizabeth isn't small. Like, but also like, girl, no. I really hate their fat phobia to Monique. It doesn't make any sense. It really is just quite like disgusting. So I would have to hold it up to Monique for not being transphobic. Yeah, you're right. I don't think that Derek started it, but I think he had a hand in sowing the seeds of them not liking each other. To me, the fight seems staged, pretty fake to me, but I've never been in a fight in my life. So what do I know? Okay, here's what I want to say. I want to say that Calandria, first of all, Monique was saying absolutely nothing. She let her sisters talk for her. And to me, she's a punk for that. Her sisters are having to fight for her because she's unable to keep her mouth shut. And she's like, I'm going to say something. Derek doesn't want me to be a bigger person, but I'm going to say something. And it's like, yes, all you're going to do. And notice that nobody was trying to fight Monique. I tried to rewind it to see if there was that fight, but my WeTV app was acting up. They want me to rewind it. But what happened is Sylvia was talking so much mess. I mean, Aubriana and Elizabeth, excuse me, even got in the car to leave, or at least to not be next to them. And Sylvia was like, say something then. If you're going to say something, swing or something like that. Girl, I said, you were not ready for that. And then she's like, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do that. And Elizabeth was like, I will. And she's like, you ain't going to do nothing. And Elizabeth was like, okay. The okay when she got out of the car was like, the okay was so, oh, okay. I know that okay. I say that okay. When I'm frustrated with somebody, or I know that I'm right and that person's arguing with me, I'm just like, okay. It's a very matter of fact okay. It is a decision has been made, okay. I am on this path, okay. And this path is going to lead to destruction. Okay. She got out of that car, walked up, skirt went up, ass out, and bopped Sylvia upside the head. That bitch went down. Okay. Sylvia went down. Then Calandria tried to like get on her. So then Aubriana got into it, right? Aubriana jumped into the fray. You know, Aubriana's little 95 pounds soaking wet little ass shouldn't have got anywhere in it. She got into it. And let me tell you, Calandria mollywopped the shit out of that bitch's weave. I mean, hair was everywhere. All her bundles, her inches looked like a half-baked wig just coming off the top of her head. And then they all went and got on top of Elizabeth. Elizabeth ended up on the ground. And then Monique is like, I said, Monique, get in there. Help your peoples. And she's like, come on, let's go. I'm like, Monique ain't about to do nothing. She just drove the getaway car. Megan says Elizabeth came to fight with that outfit, the mask to get their hair tucked in a little room. The skirt was. If she was really there to fight, she should have been wearing shorts. Okay. I mean, she bop, like she it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Why did Monique lay and roll over? Yeah, she's like, ow. Jojo baby, they probably reason Monique is about to have weight loss surgery. I really hope not because you have to do I really hope not because you have to do that for yourself. It's not going to work. No, I think that Monique would have had the surgery with or without that. I'm pretty sure she would have it with or without. Monique threw a punch. I need to rewind it. I'm like, Sylvia, for you talking all of that mess, girl, mollywop to the ground. And then, yeah, I don't know who was Sylvia then got back up, I think, and tried to fight Elizabeth. And then it's because the producers and Derek got in the way. I say, let them fight. I love a good fight. I don't like to watch professional boxing because there's rules. I love a good street fight. And I don't want it to be any kind of orchestrated street fight. I'm talking about a natural, raw, you made me mad, let's fight street fight. I love watching them. Let me tell you, I loved watching Pedro be like, what you say? And karate chop the salad off the table and try to fight River. If there could ever be a natural Pedro River fight, I'm there. I love a fight. I love it. I remember in like junior high and high school when folks used to fight, I'd be running to the fight because I want to see the raw anger. I want to see. I'm not going to hold you. I don't agree with Elizabeth fighting Monique's sister. You talk shit, you get hit. You talk shit, you get hit. Okay, listen. I see what people might be saying, but I feel like if anything, Elizabeth's on hormones, so it's like what you're thinking is not what you're thinking. You talk shit, you get hit. That's what I'm saying. Don't start no SH and there will be no IT. You heard? You heard it here. Don't start no SH and there will be no IT. If your name was Wes and you wasn't in the mess, I can see it happening. But you would talk, they were like, come swing then. Elizabeth sat in the car and said, I will. And then come on then. I will. Okay. This is ice. I'm going to rewind it and watch it again. Okay, prison rules. No, this is life rules. Okay? This is life rules. Whenever I'm in a situation where someone gets in a fight, I'm like, was there fighting words? Because if there was fighting words, or there was a situation where the person tried to walk away and the aggressor decided to do something extra, I said, defend yourself. Sylvia thought security was going to protect her, and that's why she was about it. Apparently, security must have been tired of their age and said, screw it. Listen. I agree. You can't keep going at someone and not expect retaliation. Listen, they had been set in the car. I want to watch it again. It is just as good as I'm gonna knock your pussy ass out, and then getting up and quite literally knocking their ass out. The sisters came out big mouth, and then big mouth online. Of course, when these sisters pull up, the fuck with Jeff, Derek's sister is extra strong. Not extra strong. You're wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. Anyway, so Sylvia begged for a swig. That's what I'm saying. She sure did. She sure did. I defended myself and had no idea I could fight. I was like, wow, I'm dragging this bitch. Here's the truth. If I ever get into a fight, one, I have to remember not to tuck my thumbs. I have to remember to do this. Secondly, if someone hits me in my face, I'm down. Because you can't, no. It hurts. But if they hit me somewhere else in my body, oh, I'm going hard. Could you imagine at this grown age fighting? I could. But only in the scenario where I wouldn't end up in jail, because I cannot go to jail. I don't have time for legal problems. Okay, I don't have the money or the time for legal problems. I save up money to go on vacation, not to pay for cases. So anyways, I thought that was hilarious. All right, you guys. Sass, are you still here? That's what I think about this messy ass show. That is what I think about it, sis. Like, yo, I am here for the shenanigans. I also wanted Monique to get hit too, because I don't like the way she behaves, but I don't condone violence or whatever. But Sylvia was talking mad mess, and she got molly-whopped on TV. She got molly-whopped on TV. Yes, I am back home. Hello. You don't notice my amazing pillows? This is my home. It's really that's confusing. I changed the way my desk sits. I was in a fight once and I was swinging in the air like Monique was. I don't think I hit anyone, but I got whacked in the chin. No, I need Kevin back. He probably in jail, girl. Too many. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys have been talking for about an hour now. Is it 9? Yeah, it is. It's 9:25. Whoa. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you guys had a good time. I'm glad that we got to chit chat about this show. Thank you for those of you who joined me on my other live from Costa Rica. And then on tomorrow, I may be able to go live to talk about toe if I'm able to do it after Chris and I record some stuff tomorrow. So that's why I don't swing on people or get physical, girl. I dealt with that with my, yeah. A whole lot of mouth. Oh, look at Pamela. What is nice art behind you? Everybody has such nice pictures. Is it because these are your Gmail accounts? And so like when you email people, you want to have like nice pictures of yourself? Because I think my wahimalino@gmail.com has me with braids from when I was in LA. So it was probably like 6 years ago. I took headshots and that's what my picture is. Too old for physical violence. I'd rather be verbally vile. But see, the verbal stuff is what gets you in the physical ones. Oh, nice. Nice. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. I hope that you guys had a fantastic week, and I will see you later. I haven't been doing RuPaul's Drag Race because I have a hard time keeping it interesting on YouTube. I feel like I'm boring, especially though I don't have pictures. Girl, I don't have the time to procure all those pictures. Anyways, I'm watching The Mandalorian for fun. So if you ever want to chit chat about The Mandalorian, let me know. What else do I watch? I also watch Alone. I'm currently watching the latest season of Alone, even though I'm like a couple of months late, maybe even a year late to watching it. Love that show. And I think that's it. Oh, Picard. I'm a Star Wars fan and I am a Star Trek fan, but I don't know everything about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched it when it was on. I enjoyed it because I love a good fantasy moment, but I didn't watch every single episode religiously. But I feel like I watched a lot of episodes of Star Trek, the Jean-Luc Picard era, Jean-Luc Picard and Whoopi Goldberg. I also watched Voyager with the Russian lady from Orange is the New Black. Watched it with her. I also watched Deep Space Nine, but not a lot of it. I really missed that season. But anyways, there's my life. There's my life. All right, you guys, have a fantastic evening. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Ooh, Deep Space Nine. You try too? Oh, I remember Deep Space Nine. Yeah, you do. You remember Voyager too. Deep Space Nine is the one with the black man who was the captain, right? And then Voyager was the one who was like the white lady that was the captain. And then I think Next Generation was Jean-Luc Picard, and his name wasn't Riker. What was his name? I can't remember his name. But anyways, I watched those things. Okay, bye.